Okay, so, hello my little stars, and welcome. Before I begin, a word of warning. If you've watched Maltail, or if you've watched Just an Experiment, or you've even watched any of the If series, most specifically Mafia Fell, or even the If Underswap with Gaster, then you'll be fine. You're completely A-okay for this, because if you've watched that, then yeah, you're down for this. Now, if any of the following things make you feel uncomfortable, then just leave. Just don't watch this. This will contain killer times quite a lot of the skeletons in the household, aka in Nightmare's Castle. But he is confirmed that Cross is his boyfriend, and apparently there is definitely something going on with him and Dream. So this is pretty much based on, I think, the universe that Maltail was based on. So yes. This will contain kissing skeletons. This will contain hugging. This will contain making breakfast. This will contain silly shenanigans, antics, and more. P.S. Anything that I didn't cover in this, you guys can go and check out for yourselves, okay? That way I've left a little bit of something for you guys to go and have a look for. Before I forget and let you guys get on with the video, I want to clarify as well that you can clearly see in this I'm a little bit out of it when I'm talking, because I'm not commenting as much as I normally do. This was the day in which I got sick. So yeah, if anybody's wondering why I'm not acting quite like myself, you can definitely see that something is wrong. Other than that, I also know I should have probably said that this could also be based on just Nightmare's Castle, where, you know, the bad Sanzas are. Either way, I've covered all my bases, I'm pretty sure. So again, warning, contains skeletons, kissing, you know, woohoo! Okay? Not to mention ink, paint drugs. In one scene, which I think is implied, but I don't know. Either way, enjoy! Hello my little stars, and welcome to a game called A Killer Morning that features killer sands inside none other than Nightmare's Castle, meaning we're going to see cross, dust, horror, and so on and so forth. So, that being said, let's begin. It's morning probably, could be upwards of 2 or 3 p.m. for all you know. You just woke up. Where are you right now? We're going to currently start off in the lounge. You wake up to the sound of the tile screen blaring from the television, worn leather creaking softly underneath you, as you jerk into awareness. You must have fallen asleep on the couch again. Looks like you were watching an old movie. There's a weight on your shoulder, which you can confirm to be Cross after a brief glance. He's drooling on your shoulder. Okay, so we're going to be doubling back to this scene, but the first thing I'm going to do right now is leave him be. No, we're actually going to wake him up wake him up gently. It's kind of cute, but you nudge him anyways, causing him to jerk away with a snort, which is also pretty adorable. Cross looks around, relaxed when he realizes where he is. That he's safe. Okay, we're gonna kiss him. For a moment of weakness, Cross looking up at you demurely with a head bow low. Like you make him feel safe. Quick, before he comes to his senses! Tenderly cupping along his jaw, and you lean in for a kiss. Cross meets you halfway, lids fluttering closed. Your other hand sneaks around to the small of his back, pulling him flushed against your front. You kiss lazily, relaxed and slow. Cross's arms slung around your neck. Cross eventually pulls away, resting his head against your chest. It's about as peaceful as the things ever get between you two. Go back to sleep. We're gonna choose. Your dismissal days like this create the potential for primo naps. Rain pattering against the windows, a light chill whispering through the castle, held at bay by a warm blanket and a warm body. You hold Cross close, draping a spare blanket around the two of you, tucking it in to ensure it's not knocked loose by any light shifting. A few minutes pass and Cross's breathing evens. A few more and you feel sleep beginning to take hold. Just as you're about to descend into the abyssal unconsciousness, you're interrupted by a piercing violin hook as Britney Spears' Toxic starts playing from your cell. Cross murmurs something unintelligible, brow frowning. He's about to wake him up, so let's reject the call. In a flash, you fish the device from your pocket, silencing it and rejecting the call before it can wake up Cross. Thankfully, Cross's expression smooths and he lets out a content It's adorable. You're about to go back to sleep when your phone vibrates. It looks like this is not a social call then. Okay, so now we're going to double back, because we'll get to see the call after. So right now, we're going to wake up Cross again. This time we're going to offer to make him breakfast, so it should technically wake him up, so he'll be more awake now. You're feeling generous. He's giving you a treat, being especially adorable and barely annoying. Bearing the stain his drool will inevitably leave on your jacket. You want breakfast, Crossy? You say softly. I think I can scrounge up something. Cross, who had resettled against you, perked up again, already climbing off the couch. You pull him back again, cocooning an abandoned blanket around him to compound the encroaching chill. The fireplace had gone out sometime in the night. The stone castles weren't exactly known for their efficient central heating. He looks at you quizzingly. I'll get it for you. You wink, leaving a dumbfound Cross behind. Aren't you a great boyfriend? Go to the kitchen. You meander your way to the kitchen, a few rooms down. There doesn't appear to be anyone already cooking, so it looks like you have to fend for yourself after all. Horror must be asleep, if he's not cooking for everyone. Yeah, he's currently up asleep, so we will actually be going to see him once we do some things down here. You dodge the island where Dust is reading something or other from a book as big as his head. Dweeb. He says nothing. It's a little rude, honestly. Well, then say good morning. Good morning, Dust. You sing-song, sashaying to his side and planting a wet kiss upon the back of his skull, holding his head in place with both hands. His grip tightens on the book, but he doesn't protest. Good morning, killer. Dust replies in turn, gloomy as usual. Get Dust to be polite. Success! So breakfast. Okay, so we're going to make frozen waffles. Your pretty confident ability to toast waffles. The fridge reveals the desired box and you grab 4 waffles from the plastic package, spinning to face the gleaming toaster and adjourn to the kitchen, to the fridge. You're not going to burn the waffles. You load the waffles into the slot and set the dial to 5. You zone out. A few minutes pass and then pop up with a cheery little ding. You jump in surprise and Dust laughs at you under his breath, still hidden behind his book. This is exactly why you didn't offer him any. You grab 2 plates, silverware and syrup, the fancy kind. Nightmare won't even look at the other stuff. Deliver your bounty. You carry the 2 plates to a still sleepy Cross and set them down on the coffee table, which you then drag several feet across the floor so it's in front of the couch properly. Few words are exchanged as the both of you scarf down your breakfast like horrible beasts, exposing your true nature. Your plate is nearly empty when you're interrupted by a piercing violin hook as Britney Spears' Toxic starts blaring again. It's the boss. Cross looks at you, curious, brows raised. Reject it. You silence it, shoving in the last few bites into your mouth as it buzzes under the couch cushion. Less than a minute later, while you're busy licking the crumbs from your plate, you get another call. 3 guesses who it's from. It's probably not a social call then. No, because we're not going to answer this. We're going to go upstairs now, and we're going to go and see Horror. So, 1 second, let's go and see the other boy. So we'll just go quickly click by here. So we're going to go and check on him. So now to the bedroom. You return gradually to consciousness, cocooned by a warmth, a heavy arm slung over your waist. If you can't already tell, this one is Horror. Someone presses a kiss to the top of your skull, pulling you snugly against the broad chest. The figure encompasses you entirely, comforting, and you hear rain pattering against the windows. You drift in a state of self-consciousness, the calm, the warmth, the darkness and the rainfall lulling you back under. Horror doesn't seem to be in a hurry to go much of anywhere either. Go back to sleep? Question mark. We are going to... Yes, let sleep take you. Honestly, who wouldn't want to sleep in a morning like this? Other than Nightmare, of course, the workaholic, but you're not Nightmare, not by a long shot, and so you snuggle deeper into the covers and fall asleep. Zzz. You again wake up gradually. Horror still at your back, utterly still. You wriggle, testing the strength of his hold, arm around your waist as it was before you went back to sleep. You could wake him up, but come on, do you really have anything better to do? Wake him up gently. Yeah, no, I see what you're trying to do, but you know as well as I do the Horror sleeps like the dead. Poking and whispering just isn't gonna cut it. Well, we're gonna choose sleeping more, a blissful and a glorious. Who wouldn't be doing... Okay. You wouldn't want to be doing work even if you were awake, so really, why not sleep the day away? Depression, who? I don't know her. Now go back to ignoring your mental health. I mean, go back to sleep. Pretend to be sound asleep. Fake it till you make it. Just like you've done everything else in your miserable life. Oh my god. So I go back to sleep and you know the drill by now. See? Oh god, and the boss just woke us again, so we're going to go back, and this time we're going to actually wake him this time. So let's wake him up gently, because he's sleeping like the dead. Okay, so now we're going to squirm like hell. Embodying the worm that you know you are, you squirm. Squirm. And so you do successfully wriggle your way out from under Horror's arm. Astonishingly, or perhaps not, knowing his sleeping habit, Horror doesn't wake up. He looks darling. Bearing the grievous head wound, of course, although with you gone, looks like he might wake up anyway, unconsciously feeling around the empty space next to him. Oh my god, place a pillow. Thinking fast, you take your pillow and slide it under his arm, much like he done with you. He'll pull it flushed against his chest, sighing contentedly. See, adorable. Better get going before you fuck this up. Oh no, we're not though. We're gonna kiss him now. We're gonna choose the option to kiss him. So that way, you know, we're giving everybody freaking loves this morning, aren't we? My god, everybody's getting kisses in this. Kiss him. You lean over and place a chastity kiss on Horror's brow, then take up his hand and kiss his knuckle. Like he's some kind of duchess or whatever the fuck. He settles, thankfully. Not that you figured he'd wake up from something so small when you vigorously squirming didn't do the job. Better get going before you fuck this up and leave. You tiptoe your way out of the room, idly checking your phone as you ease the door shut. 2 unread messages. Frowning, you tap the notifications and open your text history. Nightmare, meet me in my office. Nightmare, I have something to discuss with you. Check the time. Oh, that's not so bad at all. You haven't kept him waiting long at all. Report to Nightmare or get breakfast first. Well, we can't go reporting to Nightmare yet. So I'm going to choose get breakfast, Lord. He come in, what's the harm? Other than the potential harm he'll inflict upon you. And you know what you're... And I know what you're thinking, but I wouldn't bet on the punishment being something you'll enjoy. You always fucking do this. You piss him off hoping he'll break up the whip. And when he only ends up breaking your ribs. Oh, man. So about you hurry on the kitchen and shove something in your face before he loses the last sliver of his patience. We know he can make frozen waffles, so of course we know we did this, so I can just click through these because we've already seen this interaction with him. Okay. Okay. Devour your prize. Show in your mouth. Finish stalling. Hell no. No? What are your plans then, dumbass? Disrupt the natural order of the household. You have an idea, actually? There's a first time for everything. You locate your phone, pull out your contacts. Okay, so we got 3 people here that we can interrupt, and then we're going to go and see Nightmare. So, we're going to call Dream. You scroll to your contacts, riddled with a truly nauseating amount of emojis, and hit call. He answers, per usual. He likes you. God knows why. Hello, killer! Dream musical voice filters through the other line along with the sound of rushing wind. He must be tired, which means... Dream, I don't want you on the phone right now. It'll distract you. Blue chides from the passenger seat. 2 for 1. Hell yeah. Hello, my dear darling Daydream. You purr. You busy because I got a seat here on my left for you. You pat your thigh for emphasis. Sure, he can hear it through the speakers. There's a shuddered inhale. Oh my god. He's down for it. Nearly inaudible, you grin. Hook, line, and sinker. So I'll be seeing you later then? You ask rhetorically. Slightly breathy, he assures you he'll be there sometime after dinner since he and Blue have reservations. In the background, Blue pipes out, I'll be going home after dinner. Only for Dream to interject cheerfully, I'll make him come. Oh my god. No! Don't bring Blue into this! I see that look on your face. Don't do this right now. It's not even noon yet. Oh, come on. Oh, I bet you will. Oh my god. I feel so bad for Blue. Blue exclaims a aghast. Killer! What? Everyone knows you're... Oh god. Everyone knows you're fucking. No need to be shy. Sensing the rising tension, Dream cuts in with, okay, bye, killer. I'm hanging up now. Use protection. Blue scoffs, I refuse to believe you ever seen a condom. Hang up! And he does, probably so Blue didn't have time to devise a way to murder you over the phone. How's about we go see Nightmare now? Well, since unlike Blue, you don't have the luxury of distance protecting you from the threatening of immense immediate violence. Oh god, well we're not doing that. We're gonna now see how Blue reacts. And then we're gonna go see how Dream Inc. does. So we just talked to it, so we're gonna go this one. An ambitious choice. There's a click as the line connects. A miracle in and of itself, since Blue generally just ignores your calls. Before you can even cycle through your undoubtedly slouchy repertoire you used to get your way, Blue cuts in with his typical, "What do you want, killer?" Throwing in, "I'm busy," for good measure. "So you don't want in," he says, sufficiently sly enough to bequeath his interest. Predictable, there's a pause before a bright, curious voice pipes up in the background. "Who's that, killer?" Dream, what a pleasant surprise. If not Blue, maybe you could get him to visit. "Hello, Dream, beloved," you croon. Excited, Dream chirps a cheery "hello," followed by Blue harshly reminding him to watch the road, dumbass. There's some hushed squabbling before Blue brings the phone close enough, hastening to say, "Look, I have to make sure Dream doesn't crash the feckin' car. We're going to our lunch at a new place and he can't read the signs." "I can sew." "Then what does that sign say, Dream? Read it to me now." You can hear Dream starting to sweat. There's a fucking stop sign, so stop!" There's a brief screech of tires as Blue mutters a hurried, "Stop calling me," before hanging up. As if it's your fault Dream never learned to read. Oh god. Well, that was a bust. Well, it's not actually, because we got one more person. We need to go and see Ink. So, let's see. Ink. There's Ink. Call Ink. A safe bet. You open your contacts and hit the call button, listening as it rings and keeps ringing. You're about to cut your losses when a breathless voice picks up the other line, gasping out, "Killer, what's up? Need something?" Quick and excited, almost maniac. You snort, feeling almost refreshed by their upbeat attitude after being harassed by hard asses all morning. Even if it's probably drug-induced. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, because Ink's freaking colors, isn't it? It's like... thing. Speaking of drugs, you grin... Oh, God. Nestling the phone closer as though telling a secret. Actually, I was wondering if you had something new. And an afternoon to kill. There's the sound of frantic shuffling, Ink nearly cutting off in the haste to reply, "I do actually, too, both." He pauses. "Do you? I figured Nightmare would be working you to the ground about now." More shuffling, entangling himself from his blankets like he already knows what you're about to say. And he's right, of course. It's not what you should say, but you do anyway. Nightmare can go F himself. I'm sure whatever shit he wants me to do, he can wait. He must have thrown this phone down on the bed because you hear what you think is Ink shucking off his clothes and following me by clicking plastic hangers. Okay, so he's changing. You assume he's got you on the speaker, so you tell him, "I'll see you soon then," though you obviously got him reeled in. "What? Yeah. There's a crash and something shatters. I'll be there later." You end the call to let him deal with that. No more stalling. Report to Nightmare. You saunter to Nightmare's office on the 3rd floor, so as to be as far away from the rest of them as possible, because apparently all you were too loud or whatever the fuck, and wrench open the door without knocking, slamming it shut behind you with your foot. Let's see. Nightmare doesn't bother looking up from the various papers spread in front of him, acknowledgingly. You only once you've dropped into the singular chair, which you turn back to fold your arms over the back. "Nice of you to finally join me."